For me, there's a simple rule in politics. Never, ever be surprised by what happens in politics.
The face of truth is open. The eyes of truth are bright. The lips of truth are ever closed. The head of truth is upright. The breast of truth stands forward. The gaze of truth is straight. Truth has neither fear nor doubt. Truth has patience to wait. The words of truth are touching. The voice of truth is deep. The law of truth is simple. All you sow, you reap. The soul of truth is flaming. The heart of truth is warm. The mind of truth is clear and firm through rain and storm. Facts are only its shadow. Truth stands above all sin. Great be the battle of life. Truth in the end shall win. The image of truth is the cross. Wisdom's message is its rod. The sign of truth is Christ, and the soul of truth is God. Life of truth is eternal. Immortal is its past. Power of truth shall endure. Truth shall hold to the last.
I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. We know the air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living room. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I want you to protest. I don't want you to ride. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crime in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God, my life has value.
Independent candidates, we have a few coming to the fore. You'll be hearing from one such individual. Also coming up on the broadcast, the island's latest homicide victim, better known as Chucky, his christened named Felix Leos. You'll be hearing from him during the course of our program. And of course, what does the survey say about the prospects of a particular MP retaining his seat in the upcoming general election? Hello everyone, welcome to another edition of the world's most monitored talk show, NewsSpin. It's on the NewsSpin Facebook page as well as the NewsSpin YouTube channel and Power 97.9 FM. Later I'll be hearing from you when you call at 452-2979. Your WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. And I have dozens of your WhatsApp messages over the last few weeks. I've not been able to read, so I'll try to go through them. And of course, Amanda, ever so efficient in going through the comments in the chat room. Happy Friday to you. We hope that you're having yourself an enjoyable time at this particular time. Somebody says, Tim, give me my lunch, please. Well, on this program, what we engage in is spirited discussion, hold the individual's feet to the fire and hope that that will produce positive results. We do not serve lunch here. If you want lunch, go to the lunchroom. So, the island's latest homicide. This individual has been described as a law-abiding citizen, very helpful individual, cool character, approachable individual, and he was gunned down in his home. It's alleged that it's a result of a robbery incident, but that is being investigated by the police. What he thought about St. Lucia, what he told a particular individual, if you were to visit this island, where you could have visited and so on. That's a guy could describe him also as a patriot, a real patriot. Realize what happened to him? And for now, we don't have the evidence, but we can say that he was not a good boy, but a good man, based on all that we've been hearing since he was gunned down, since his life was snuffed out. There was this Canadian national who visited certain areas on the island. I think it was about May of this year. And those visits were videotaped, and you could see him encountering the common man in a number of communities in the south of the island and certain parts of the city. And he goes by the name Christmas List. And he encountered Chucky during his visit to St. Lucia sometime in May. Let's watch that brief interaction.
I'm here. It's only my third day here.
Yeah, no, I saw you yesterday doing that thing at Pigeon Point, man.
Tell the world how friendly the people of St. Lucia are.
Yeah, of course. You know, St. Lucia is the sweetest place. You know that, Chris.
Yeah.
Imagine you're there for 3 days and you see how nice the people are.
I know. But I get to spread that with the world, so we're going to share the world.
All right, my boss.
Invite them down to St. Lucia. You got to tell the world.
You come over to St. Lucia, man. Come and enjoy our nice hot spas in Soufriere and to Pigeon Point. And already, man.
I'm here. It's only my third day here.
Yeah, no, I saw you yesterday doing that thing at Pigeon Point, man.
Tell the world how friendly the people of St. Lucia are.
Yeah, of course. You know, St. Lucia is the sweetest place. You know that, Chris.
Yeah.
Imagine you're there for 3 days and you see how nice the people are.
I know. But I get to spread that with the world, so we're going to share the world.
All right, my boss.
Invite them down to St. Lucia. You got to tell the world.
You come over to St. Lucia, man. Come enjoy our nice hot spas in Soufriere and to Pigeon Point. And
says that St. Lucia is the sweetest place. And some miscreant or miscreants, certainly, they proved to this individual, the deceased, that St. Lucia is not as sweet as we believe. You know, the typical St. Lucian meets a foreign national. He can sound like a Bajan overnight. He can sound like a Trini. He can sound like a Jamaican. And Chucky there sounded like a Jamaican, not a guy from Leslie Land. He sounded like a Jamaican. Let's play that clip again, Mr. Producer. He came across as a Jamaican, was proud of St. Lucia.
I'm here. It's only my third day here.
Yeah, no, I saw you yesterday doing that thing at Pigeon Point, man.
Tell the world how friendly the people of St. Lucia are.
Yeah, of course. You know, St. Lucia is the sweetest place. You know that, Chris.
Yeah.
Imagine you're there for 3 days and you see how nice the people are.
I know. But I get to spread that with the world, so we're going to share the world.
All right, my boss.
Invite them down to St. Lucia. You got to tell the world.
You come over to St. Lucia, man. Come and enjoy our nice hot spas in Soufriere and to Pigeon Point.
All right, my boss. And that was Chucky for you. And we play you now this report, just filed on the DBS News World last evening by Miriam Montoute. And a lot of people that Miriam spoke with, they had some glowing things to say about this individual, Chucky, 57-year-old, who was gunned down in his home.
Police officers of the Criminal Investigations Department received information of a shooting at Leslie Lancastries at 6:05 a.m. on Thursday. 57-year-old Felix Leos, better known as Chucky, was found inside his house with multiple gunshot wounds. He was pronounced dead by a medical practitioner. The family of the deceased says it was a robbery gone wrong. Those in the neighborhood who knew Leos, a 4-hour minibus driver, says that he was not involved in any criminal activity.
Chucky was there with everybody, giving jokes, and then people passing in there troubling them, giving them jokes and things like that. But Chucky was not a bad fellow. He was not a bad fellow. I cannot say nothing bad about Chucky.
Another resident says she was shocked to hear the news when she woke up Thursday morning. She describes Leos as a quiet, hard-working individual.
At least if y'all came to rob him or anything, take what y'all thinking and just go and leave the place. But don't kill her, you know, some man did like that. Y'all kill a man like that. Y'all kill a man. Whether good people, they're not going to have good people again, because it's good people that go in. They will not have good people again. They will not have good people. That's somebody, if I fall along there, he will pick me up.
Concerns about the impact of violence on the island's tourism industry were expressed by another resident. She is calling upon the authorities to bring the perpetrators to justice swiftly.
They have to try and get them and make them pay for it, because y'all don't put nobody on earth. It's God that put people on earth. Thou shalt not kill. They don't have to kill people. If y'all have a misunderstanding with the person, try and solve it out. The killing not good. That's bad for St. Lucia.
The police is appealing to anyone with information regarding this incident to contact the Major Crimes Unit by calling 456-3754. Anonymous tips can be provided by dialing 555 for the crime hotline or through the RSLPF crime hotline app. For the DBS News World, Miriam Montoot reporting.
And that report was filed last evening during the DBS News World. Thank you so much, Miriam Montoot, for that report. So we cannot just flit onto some other issue without saying to the authorities it is high time that you manage the nation's crime problem. For reiteration's sake, we don't expect St. Lucia to be crime-free. We don't expect not to record one single homicide. But we expect that we will exist in an environment where criminals will not feel comfortable having their way. They will be so concerned that they'll have a second thought, a second mind as to whether they should carry out their devious acts. You know, it will just be a thought, because they know that the chances of them being caught, those chances are very high, because the police are well trained, police are well equipped. We have a functioning Ministry of National Security, a functioning Ministry of Home Affairs, a functioning Ministry of crime prevention. And when's the last time you heard from the crime prevention minister? And also a functioning Royal St. Lucia Police Force, where you get the impression that the hierarchy of that law enforcement agency or institution is up to the task of head-on tackling this particular problem. Because, I mean, no exaggeration, you ask the question, who is next on the agenda, on the list of criminals in this country? Maybe later today, maybe later this evening, tomorrow, Sunday, next week. And the numbers are piling up. According to the police, 40 homicides. According to our unofficial statistician who called yesterday, 46 homicides so far for this year. That is a lot. And we've had the numbers increasing over the last few years. In the 70s, that is crazy. And let us do what we have to do to bring this under control. I'm not even making reference today to any individual. I'm not making reference to the National Security Minister or the Police Commissioner. Remember, I said the ministry with responsibility for national security in this country. Independent candidates. For many of you, it's a waste of time when you hear this individual wants to contest a particular constituency as an independent candidate. You say to yourself, boy, that's a sideshow and that is entertainment, just making up the numbers as we go along. That ought not to be the case, because a parliamentary representative, if he or she is good enough, if they come well prepared, well equipped, they can be effective, whether they are serving within the St. Lucia Labour Party or the United Workers' Party, even if they are on the opposition benches or serving with the government, and also if they are an independent. But unfortunately, we have not had independent MPs, one, who have been truly independent, and secondly, independent MPs who have demonstrated that they can effectively provide quality representation to their constituents. And the onus, therefore, is on individuals who are presenting themselves as independent MPs to demonstrate that they can work in the interest of those people who have invested their vote in them. Because you could have a situation easily at 8-8 where you have 8 MPs from the United Workers' Party and 8 MPs from the SLP and 1 independent becoming the individual that will determine, how things will go. And they can hold sway. They can be very influential. They can be very powerful in determining the way forward as to who forms the government and what role they will play in that particular government. So they're holding the balance of power. One such individual who will be contesting the upcoming general election as an independent candidate, his name is Marcellus Steed, better known as Bax. And he was on the Roof Tropics media on the internet, and he was speaking with one of the main individuals running Roof Tropics, Russell Lake, speaking with him yesterday. And he addressed a number of issues. Why politics? Why he decided to contest as an independent candidate. And that is because in the run-up to the 2021 general election, he wanted to contest the Castries North seat on a St. Lucia Labour Party ticket. But the SLP had other plans. So he had to make way for the Blue Wave. And who represents the Blue Wave? Stevenson King. So, as you've heard from the Prime Minister and political leader of the SLP, Mr. Philip J. Pierre, he was continuing to have this arrangement with Mr. King as far as Castries North is concerned, and also the same arrangement will apply this time around with regard to Mr. Richard Frederick contesting as a so-called independent in Castries Central. Let's hear now Marcellus Bax Steed.
All I got into this to do was to fix the court and the field and see if I can establish an after-school program in that area. That was the beginning. That was the beginning for me. And I wake up 4 o'clock every morning, and I write to try and write grants, and that was where I was at. But the thing about politics, when you tell people you want to be you have these aspirations, and you start walking the community, and you start understanding a whole different aspect of it.
Yes.
And you start listening to people's stories, people telling you about their struggles. A lot of people, it's a lot of struggles. You hear about a lot of struggles. And I've evolved into just wanting to fix sporting infrastructure. I started growing. I started growing, and I'm a person. I from when I was Anglican school, Rock Hall, Hess, I've always had to struggle, and I've always had to grow. And I think it has kind of calloused me and made me a stronger person. So walking the communities and having that bigger vision kind of just grew on me. And so you look at the Mondidor area. I used to run from Mondidor to La Claire, right? We used to make that circle. We used to call it around the world. And I see the potential, but yet in Mondidor, you have a primary school right there. You have all these secondary schools within the area, and it's not structured properly. The politics that happens right now is politics of individual, boy, I check the minister, I check this, and there's no institutions that are responsible for that we are building, that can be responsible for targeting youth in a different way, for generating employment. The way we deal with employment now in the constituency, I'm talking constituency. If you go, you check the minister, if you get to meet him and he can hook you up in one of the ministries or put you at Wasco, or you have that family connection. That's the kind of politics that's going on in
How would you change that? How would you change that?
We can change that through developing institutions. So let me give you an example. if I have in the Leclerc area, let's take Leclerc, right? You have 6 secondary schools. You have 6 primary schools. So you have the human capital to feed into, right?
You mentioned Leclerc and 6 secondary schools?
In the area, in the constituency.
Oh, no, but you did 2 things. You mentioned Leclerc and then you mentioned
I was thinking in Castries North. In Castries North, yeah, thanks for the correction. In Castries North, you have all of these secondary schools. You have the convent in Cedars, you have St. Mary's College in VG, you have Castries Comprehensive Sarah Simmons, the Seventh-day Adventist, you have the Vidbutai or
you have Bocage secondary there as well.
And technically you have Bocage, which is on the border of Castries East. So currently what we have now, let's say you have an individual going to one of these schools and he's interested in videography or there's no structure that he can have a pathway. If he doesn't know somebody or he doesn't have a godfather or he can see a minister.
So let's say you mentioned about institutions.
So we have an after school program in the area. We create an institution that has teachers, coaches. We're doing STEM, right? So an individual now can go through this program, come out on the other end. If you're interested in setting up videos and streaming videos, or you're interested that you have the skill set to play basketball or volleyball or run track, you're going to an institution. You don't have to know me. You've been institutionalized. You have the skill set, the standards are set, and you come out on the other end. You do the SATs, that's institutionalized as well. You have options to go to university in the States or university at the UE. You might not want to go to university. You might have a skill set that you learn through STEM, and it might be plumbing, and you link in engineering with plumbing. So this is where I'm coming from, in getting away from the politics of, boy, check the minister, and that is one of the things that frustrate me. When you try to do things, you have to know. You cannot just go through the institution, say what you want about the states or the states that we used to know. A fella like me can work hard, and there's institutional support if you're a good basketball player. You take summer school. There's a joke on me in my class. I used to go to summer school every summer because I couldn't pass math. Every summer in summer school, right? But what that callous you, that strengthen you, and then you get I worked for a company in the States when I lived in the States. Dollar Thrifty Automotive Group. I was managing a huge budget, and I got to do things that a fella like me that couldn't pass common entrance I was second. I got the second lowest score in common middle to go to Hess when they were trying to fill up the school. You know, I was then running a major operations manager for a major company in the States, not because I knew somebody, or it's because I went to the institutions and I came out on the other side well.
And that's Marcellus Steed, better known as Bax. And he's hoping to contest the upcoming German elections as an independent candidate. He's eyeing the Castries North seat, currently being represented in Parliament by Stevenson King. And of course, the other candidate, the United Workers' Party's Stephen Favrier. 452-2979, 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026, 716-2026. And of course, Amanda will be going through some of your comments in the chat room. I want to hear from you right now. Let's see if we have a WhatsApp message. Somebody says, Tim, did I hear the police asking for anyone with information to come forward with the island's latest homicide? When we come forward with info evidence, it disappears in their midst. Lord have mercy on us, poor St. Lucians. Shaking my head. And let's see if we have another WhatsApp message. And somebody says there via WhatsApp message. Another notice, I think I read this from Wednesday of this week. On Thursday, 31st of July, I did a bank transaction for a guy at Rodney Bay. I would like him to call a particular individual at 713-8244, 713-8244. 844. And let's see if we have some more of your messages. Somebody says there via WhatsApp, good day, Tim. 2 things I want to know. What measures did the DR or district representative for Soufrière put in place for the people of Soufrière for the demolition of the town hall? Why couldn't that be done on a less busy day like Sunday and just close off the street for a day? Imagine how dusty this place will be. The person continues, I want to know if she's not aware that the constituency of Belfort has more of her supporters. She has completely neglected this community. Turn. And let's see if we have some more of your messages to go through. Please bear with me. We're just trying to access as many of your messages as possible. Okay, somebody says there via WhatsApp, I would like to alert the management of the Senusha Development Bank that no one is picking up their calls. I have been attempting to reach all numbers posted online, including 456-7332, and not once did they pick up the calls to the bank from last week till now. If there is a technical fault with your phone lines, please put out notices to inform the public. If your staff, including those with the 485 numbers, are not picking up calls, get people who are ready and willing to work. What a huge shame, SLDB. And that is according to a WhatsApp message. Let me see if I have some more of your messages to go through. All right, in the meantime, let me turn my attention to you, Amanda. Good afternoon. Let's find out what is happening in the chat room.
Good afternoon, Tim. Good afternoon, New Spinners. Tim and New Spinner says, my St. Mary's College brother, Chucky treated me like a brother when I went to SMC in 1983. I only have amazing positive memories of Chuck Man. We have lost a beautiful soul. A commentary reads, Chucky walked to the SMC grounds when it was said you had to be real privileged to do so. That should show a lot about him. A New Spinner says there another homicide in the Prime Minister's constituency and not a word. Commentary says, who am I to say that the gun which was used to shoot Chucky did not come to St. Lucia during the time this SLP government disbanded the K9 units? Someone says here, at the supermarket today, I noticed it's only the smallest food items Philip Pierre removed the VAT on. And it was confirmed to me by a worker when I asked her, why is the large butter still $22.50? She said to me, the lady, only the small food items the government did the deductions on. A commentary reads, the RSLPF and the DPP have one thing in common. They promise you press releases, but to no avail. A New Spinner says, Tim, this is a question for Richard Frederick. Richard, given you repeated detailed public comments about unresolved murders and police matters, can you clarify how you came by this information, and were you ever in any official capacity related to the impacts investigation or any of its findings? Another commentary reads, Tim, I think St. Lucia might have the record as being the country with the highest number of unresolved murders if a survey has to be done.
We have a call. Thank you so much, Amanda. Call via WhatsApp. Good afternoon. NewsSpin, you're on the air. Hello. Good afternoon.
Well, Tim, someone tell you to the gun sold on Market Road and so forth here by Tiboy Lucky more. I say someone tell them as I've seen.
Let's Tiboy. Okay, all right. My coupon saw the gun sold by Tiboy Lucky more. Massive Kiles Tiboy Kapali. 4522979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. Somebody says there, I know you don't do this, but my mother is your biggest fan and it's her 72nd birthday today. Can you wish Mrs. Camilla Peter a happy birthday? She's listening right now. That would make her day. So happy birthday to you, Camilla Peter, celebrating your 72nd birthday today. Here's hoping that your day will be blessed, enjoyable, and safe as well. All right, let's see if we have a call on the line. In the meantime, let's go through a WhatsApp message. What is somebody saying there via WhatsApp? Bear with me, just trying to locate some of your messages that I can go through. Somebody says there via WhatsApp, Tim, tell the next announcer to play an hour of 90s Calypso. And that's a WhatsApp from yesterday. Another WhatsApp message. Somebody says there, the population is getting low because the Prime Minister is killing us with his high cost of living. Pampers cost alone is half a month of groceries. Healthcare is crap. And let's not even talk about education. Pregnant ladies get a little discount here and there, but what are we mothers supposed to feed our kids after they are born? Should we tie them along the roadside to graze on grass? Troopston, leave my eggs where they are. And that is according to a WhatsApp message. Let's see there. Somebody says there via WhatsApp. The UWP is having their event in Castries on August the 17th. Now word reaching us that plans have been made that the MP for Dennery North is planning to block the United Workers' Party candidate for Dennery North and Dennery South. Tim, please, this won't go down well if they try to block these guys and the motorcades when they will try to pass that bridge by Palm Valley. Tim, please read this message to the relevant authorities. We don't know that is the case, but it's a WhatsApp message. Let's see there via WhatsApp. If you have some more of your messages to go through. In the meantime, we'll see if we have a call via the landline. Somebody says there, Tim, I heard the education minister this morning said the population of St. Lucia is about 180,000. Please, Mr. Minister, include the 40,000 to 50,000 CIP added to the population by the SLP. And we don't know that to be a fact. Another WhatsApp message, and somebody says there via WhatsApp, you know what my problem is? I need to know why the district rep for Babonneau, Virginia, Albert Poyet, felt it was okay to give someone permission to construct a bus stop, turn a bus stop into a shop. A bus stop that is older than me. Minister Dr. Poyet, we need to know why we need to know. Why we need answers. This is wrong and we will not settle for it. The minister has not done anything but personal favors for our friends and families. All ministers have cut a ribbon to say this is what they have done, but this is not the case with the MP. And this incident occurred in La Guerre Babonneau. We are awaiting a response from Dr. Virginia Albert Poyet. And let's see if we have some more of your WhatsApp messages to go through. And bear with me, we'll try to locate one right now. And somebody says there via WhatsApp. Okay, let's see. No. All right, let me turn my attention now to Amanda again. Let's see what's happening. Amanda, in the chat room, maybe you have some more comments to go through.
Tim, a comment here reads, according to my information, the priority of this bunch that you have alluded to is to take decisions that will assist those who are close to them, and I mean close, to increase their income through whatever means possible. Someone says there anyone can say they're independent, which is their right, but show me what makes you independent. What are your political views, social and moral values, and what plans do you have for the betterment of our people? Commentary reads, also the Integrity Commission, Special Prosecutor, please investigate the reason why the bank needed Richard Frederick to remove his monies out of the institution. Also, where are those funds right now, and was there proper vetting done to put those monies in another financial institution? Commentary reads, rather than admitting their party has failed the country, they put up a front as independent candidates. Someone says, their team, do you believe it is appropriate for a sitting government minister to publicly speak about the details of criminal investigations before cases are resolved or presented in court? Commentary reads, Richard, do you consider your current and past public statements to be respectful of due process and the rights of victims, suspects, and families affected by violent crime? Someone says, Richard, how is it that you possess such detailed knowledge, including historical facts and confidential case information about unresolved murders and police investigations that were never made public? And I believe the same person is asking, Richard, do you acknowledge that your continued public references to crimes involving one particular family could be perceived as targeted harassment or an abuse of political influence? Back to you, Sam.
Thank you so much, Amanda. WhatsApp message, somebody says the leader cannot lead, he needs to resign. Enough is enough. And we're trying to see if we have some more of your messages while we await your calls once again at 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. Did the Ministry of Planning approve that structure, Tim? Try building a wooden shop by your home today. For sure by Monday, Ministry officials from Planning will show up. And that is according to a WhatsApp message. Another one, somebody says there, afternoon, Tim. When the UWP gets back into office, they need to bring back Commissioner Daisy to get this crime problem under control. Another WhatsApp message, and it reads, it really baffles me to see how these politicians operate. Imagine the Soufrière Town Hall has been standing in the middle of Soufrière as an eyesore for the last 4 years. The SLP government is on its final year in office before elections are due. It is only now that the district rep is demolishing the structure to begin an administration center with no notice to the public that this will take place today. It does not take a few months to complete any extensive government project. I wish politicians would stop trying to fool the electorate just to remain in office. That is according to a WhatsApp message. We now have a call. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You are on the air. Hello. Okay, we lost that call. We will try to go through some of your WhatsApp messages again. Let's see there. What are you saying via WhatsApp messages and your calls? All right, we're trying to locate as many of them as possible. Somebody says there via WhatsApp, Trump announces reward for capture of Venezuelan president. And actually, that is my NewsSpin news of the day. So we'll read the NewsSpin news of the day right now. And it says there, U.S. doubles reward for Venezuelan President Maduro's arrest to $50 million. U.S. doubles reward for Venezuelan President Maduro's arrest to $50 million. An early look at the NewsSpin news of the day. And let's continue to go through your WhatsApp messages. Somebody says there, Tim, tell Marcellus wheel and come again. That is a Labour ticket. Well, you never know, you know. I mean, we like to write off people too early, even before the process has gotten underway. I mean, you need to listen to what the respective candidates have to say, what kind of messages that they want to convey, the policies, and also the ideas. Never give the impression that it is a foregone conclusion that any particular individual will win a seat, or they have that automatic right, or they lay claim to a particular constituency. We have a call. Good afternoon to you. This is the NewsSpin. You are on the air. Good afternoon.
Hi, Tim.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon to you, caller.
Yeah, Tim. Tim, let me give you some whistleblowing news there. Do you know, Tim, are you aware or have you any information that the old Marshall Market will be demolished?
I read a WhatsApp message yesterday where somebody was suggesting that the Marshall Market was being demolished. So somebody sent me a WhatsApp message yesterday to that effect.
Yeah, and plans are in place. I understand that it will be relocated to the back of Lesland Road, just above where Chucky was killed, in the back of Grass Street.
Okay.
Do you know who the contractor is, Tim?
I don't know, sir.
Well, the WhatsApp you read would have made some indication. I won't say it now, but I'm giving them time to hide themselves. But I'll make that revelation hopefully next week. Second, Tim, a newly constructed wall up on Pavé. I understand it's well over $100,000. I heard there was much applause and so on by the district rep sometime yesterday or the day before at some little ceremony he had there. But the wall is about to Well, they would have no choice but to demolish that wall because the wall was built with concrete blocks. And there are parts of that wall, Tim, that's over 15 feet, in my estimation. There is no way that that could have sustained the soil that is being backfilled behind it. That wall has to be broken down. Tim, when you give cobblers to build walls, when you give fishermen to build buildings, now it might very well happen that there is a fisherman who can build, who knows construction, but get a contractor to build a house. So that wall has to be torn down and redone. So that's another $100,000 or more this time because you now have to move material and bring in new material. The taxpayers of this country, you have inflated, all kind of inflated contracts. People are not even working and they're getting money. That wall could have done several other projects. The cost of that wall and the redoing of that wall could have done several projects in Rockall and Pavey where we have had no projects done in the last 4 years. Not even the roadside has been cleaned properly. But that's to facilitate one set of people, friends and close comrades, because they like that word comrades. That's their word, of the party. But when that wall is being torn down, I will be there as a whistleblower to report live from the scene, team. Have a good day, team.
You too, sir. Thank you so much for calling. I remember our NewsSpin news of the day. The U.S. doubles reward for Venezuelan President Maduro's arrest to $50 million. In the WhatsApp column, somebody says there, Maduro is in Marchand, Tim. So you might as well call the U.S. authorities to collect your $50 million. This is the most monitored talk show in the world. Still to come, what the survey says about Sean Edward, who is the MP for Dennery North. In the meantime, got travel plans? Don't let paperwork slow you down. The briefcase is making applications for passports and visas faster, easier, and stress-free. We have now moved to the Chanel's Plaza upstairs next to the DHL office. Whether it's your first passport or a renewal, we've got you covered. We also assist with applications for police records, U.S. visa applications, birth certificates, and business registration. Come see us upstairs, Chanel Plaza, next to the DHL office. 9th August, that's this Saturday, or tomorrow to be more precise, from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Call. You can call as well, 718-8624, 718-8624, or 713-7503, 713-7503 to book. No lines, no hassle, just expert help right when you need it. The Briefcase. Your journey starts here.
You know that feeling when you have an uncontrollable desire for fried chicken? That's the KFC. A substance that stimulates your senses to identify the aroma of our secret recipe or an extra crispy crunch from any distance. It's invisible to the naked eye, but you can feel it traveling throughout your body, taking control, all so you can enjoy a juicy bite of KFC. Ignite your senses with KFC.
Lazarus's Funeral Home is here for you. Lazarus's Private Cemetery offers a peaceful resting place for your loved ones. With tranquil settings, visitation, and reflection, we believe in the compassionate care of all our departed loved ones. Lazarus's Private Cemetery, let us help you create a final resting place. Make it special. Make it Lazarus's Funeral Home, your friend in a time of need. Payment plans are available for tombs. Call us in Vidbuta at 452-7491 or in New Dock Road, VA4, 454-6555.
Lucilec averti ou pour point précaution durant saison cyclone ça là. mi an ti komisyon ki kay wen de ou protéger la vie ou ek propriétaire ou. Kouye lousilek avant ou trim et ben couper pied bois qui près ligne électrique. Veillez pour ligne courant électrique avant ou monter l'échelle. Fait assurer l'échelle, scaffold et bout d'outils ou ka servi pas venir moins qui 10 pieds hors ligne courant électrique. Pas jamais servi appliance et ben outils qui ka servi courant électrique. Des wall côté qui mouillé et ben en la pli. Ça c'était en commission hors l'oscillet.
In the blink of an eye, disaster can strike. Are you ready? When the winds rage and the rain pours, will you be prepared? Don't let the next hurricane catch you off guard. At M&C Home Depot and Sunbelt, we understand the importance of preparation. From generators to plywood, we have everything you need to weather the storm. Don't wait until it's too late. Visit M&C Home Depot and Sunbelt today and make sure your family is safe and secure this hurricane season. Play it safe. Get prepared.
Flo's prepaid customers can now unlock big bonus rewards like bonus data, prizes, and more every time you activate a 3-day prepaid plan or launcher. Activate a plan, then scratch to reveal your bonus data. Plus, get points for extra prizes. The more you activate, the more bonus data and prizes you can win. Get in on the big bonus rewards when you activate a prepaid plan. Dial *129# or visit topupflow.com to activate a plan today.
Have you had a stroke or symptoms like numbness, headaches, or back pain? When your body sends a warning, don't wait. MRI is the gold standard for seeing what other imaging can miss, like brain damage, spine issues, and early cancer. At La Clinique du Corps, we are the only center in St. Lucia offering the most advanced MRI technology. Fast, radiation-free, expertly interpreted, and insurance accepted. Call 451-6559 or WhatsApp 721-9950. La Clinique du Corps, Center of Excellence, where quality meets expertise.
Essie, don't tell me that tire flat again. I just changed that tire.
Wait, what? You just changed that tire?
Well, I bought a used one because you didn't give me enough money.
Oh, I see. Well, you know what? Chivi's Tire Shop only carry brand new quality tires at affordable prices with free installation.
Hey, it seems you're working at Chivi's Tire Shop. How you know all that?
Come on, Brenda. The tire shop down the road from our home in the American Drywall Building.
Oh, yes. I forgot. Well, you know what, Patrick? Let's go there right now. Take your wallet. Let's go.
Chivi's Tire Shop, located at the American Drywall Building, Vic Bouteille. Call or WhatsApp 584-5986. Chivi's Tire Shop. Pay less, drive more.
At First National Bank, we believe being first means putting you first. Your first home, we've got the mortgage. Starting your first business, count on our commercial loans. Dreaming of your first car? Drive it home today. Heading to college? Let's fund that first big step with a student loan. No matter the milestone, make First National Bank your first choice for all your loan needs. First in service, first in trust, first for you. Call us at 455-7000 or visit your nearest First National Bank branch today so we can help put you first. First National Bank, here for you.
That's gone for 6. The Republic Bank CPL is here and the biggest party in sport just got bigger. This August, all roads lead to Darren Sammy Cricket Ground as the St. Lucia Kings light up the island with 5 explosive home games from August 23rd to 31st. Every 6, every wicket, every roar from the crowd is a shot of pure Caribbean adrenaline. So grab your tickets now at cplt20.com or at your local box office. It's time to turn up for the biggest party in sport.
Join the Young Labour Stars on National Youth Vibe on Sunday, 17th August at Palm Valley in Grand Riviere, Dennery. Pull up for music, energy, and real talk. Bringing the vibes. Honorable Jeremiah Norbert.
CLN, CJN.
Honorable Kenton Casimir. And our Prime Minister and political leader, Honorable Philip J. Pierre. blazing the Labour Party stage for the first time, our endorsed candidates, Senator Lisa Jawahir
For more progress.
and Dr. Shanda Harak Singh. You definitely don't want to miss our firebrand feature speaker, Newport South endorsed candidate, Mr. Danny Butcher. Vibes and more vibes from DJ Pro Styles, General Biggs, Subbers, and our 2025 Groovy Monarch, Imran Nerdy.
Yeah, I go in everywhere.
It's a whole youth vibe with Labour. Palm Valley, Dennery, August 17th at 3:30 p.m. Be there.
This is the most monitored talk show in the world. It is called NewsSpin. It's aired on Power 97.9 FM. Also on the NewsSpin Facebook page as well as the NewsSpin YouTube channel. We continue with your calls and your WhatsApp messages. This month, La Clinique du Corps is offering a $50 discount on all doctor consultations. Yes, this month and this month only. Visit them today and take advantage of this promotion. And don't you miss it. What does the survey says as far as the re-election of Sean Edward in Dennery North?
I've done my work in Dennery North. I have given the best possible representation to my people. They are satisfied with my performance in the majority. We recently conducted a survey which substantiates what I knew, that we were doing well and we'll win again, but we take nothing for granted. There's no room for complacency where I'm concerned and my team. We'll continue what we have to do. I've done my work in Dennery North. I have given the best possible representation to my people. They are satisfied with my performance in the majority. We recently conducted a survey which substantiates what I knew, that we were doing well and we'll win again, but we take nothing for granted. There's no room for complacency where I'm concerned and my team. We'll continue what we have to do.
All right, so you just heard there from the MP for Dennery North and Education Minister, Mr. Sean Edward, on the program Meet the Minister earlier today. And he has to win that seat. He has to defeat the United Workers' Party's Bradley Marcel Fulgence. We continue with your calls and your WhatsApp messages. Once again, 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. Good afternoon to you, Amanda. Let's find out what is happening in the chat room.
Tim, just a few comments from earlier NewsSpin. It says here, please, Wasco, we need water at Bothleju Phase 2 on the hill. It's been 8 days, no water. A comment here reads, I really doubt they would block the road. That would be chaotic. And NewsSpinner says, it baffles me how Richard have hands on all police records concerning criminal cases, which is not the lawyer that represents those cases. Another commentator reads, Team, I am deeply troubled to see that in Castries, people are at work with red caps and t-shirts with Team RF written on it. Where are we going in this country? Someone says there are a wall and people starving and cannot afford school books for their kids. St. Lucians, you all need to wake up. A commentator reads, so the SLP government really does not have a mind. You can't control crime, but you are going to put the market in a war zone like Grass Street. A NewsSpinner says there are money wasted daily giving their friends pocket money to secure the victory, throwing away hard-earned taxpayers' monies. And the commentator reads, Maduro is Pierre's a good friend, so he can help Trump with his whereabouts. That's it for me, Tim.
Thank you so much, Amanda. WhatsApp message. Somebody says, a caller to Meet the Minister program this morning asked Minister Sean Edward a question. And the question is, as a parliamentary rep for 3 terms, what new projects/infrastructure have you done in Dennery North? Don't tell us about what you repaired. I was listening for his response. However, he only said, quote, I know who you are, trying to gain cheap political points, end of quote. I won't fall for your crap, end of quote. These guys forgetting that they are hired by the people and it's their duty to respond to the people. It's like he's following or taking a page from the Prime Minister. That's not your business. A call via WhatsApp. Good afternoon. NewsSpin, you're on the air.
Bon après-midi, monsieur Tim.
Oui, bon après-midi, monsieur.
Et puis bon après-midi pour Amanda.
Good afternoon, caller.
Mr. Tim, je vais un message à la baie Sean Edward, MP pour Denwinoff. Je vais faire ça qui. Tant il te ka jouer et puis l'idée maman Denwinoff, mon vini éditeur Denwinoff. Moi vraiment de Sean Edward. Il dit il fait 6 en opposition en bas Flamboa et qui pas de une pièce puissance. Mais en bas administration monsieur Chasselet dit Sean TC opposition. Ça c'est là ça la nous une plus belle chimie au Lyon. Et puis Dishoni Boy a fait jouer petit politique en cervellement Maïden et puis assez c'est assez nous avons mené un jeune homme venu pour représenter Maïden Runoff. Ça c'est monsieur Bradley Fulgens qui pas voulu Sean élection ça là il pas kay ça gagne. C'est ça moi qui quitté by monsieur Tim.
Okay, merci beaucoup. And Mr. Sean Edward won the Dennery North seat in the last general election by 281 votes. Let's continue with more of your WhatsApp messages and, of course, your calls. Let's see what we have to read right now. And via WhatsApp, somebody says they're just trying to go through this one. The person says their question asked by members of the public, other concerned people. Is the briefcase part of immigration? Are the workers hired by the government? Who is the sole owner of the passports? Who is a private individual dealing with St. Lucian passports? And who is responsible for the list of the passport that displaced? When one loses or misplaces a passport, they have to report to the police and an investigation is carried out. We have a call. Good afternoon to you. NewsSpin, you are on the air.
Good afternoon, Tim.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon to you, caller.
Yeah, this morning I called this show. I don't want to be too long, but I called this show this morning where the minister was on the air, and I asked him a simple question, which I believe anybody should have an answer for. But apparently he did not have the answer for my question. So he spin it around just like the Prime Minister usually do. But what I want to say to Sean Edward is that he claims to say he knows who I am. I mean, everybody knows who I am. I mean, if somebody does not know me in St. Lucia, well, sorry for that. But what I really want to say
so therefore, do you care to identify yourself?
Okay, my name is Anthony Richard.
Okay, all right. Mr. Richard.
Born and raised in Denver.
Okay, Mr. Richard, go ahead.
Right. So then he was the Minister of Sport. Under his watch, the Valley had no sport going on, no tournament, no football tournament, no cricket tournament. Nothing whatsoever was taking place in the Valley while he was the Minister of Sport. He became the Minister of Education when actually I cannot even tell what's really going on with education under Sean's watch. He claimed that he have given a lot of scholarship, which is what the government is supposed to be doing. Then he claimed that I am the guy who took the picture of the bridge that he was doing. Well, I want to let him know the bridge has not been completed. Okay, and that's the third time that he has changed it around, and he probably does not even know what he up to when it comes to that bridge. And the last message I want to send him is, yes, we will get the result in the ballot box, but little do he know that the result has already showed up. He is defeated in Denwinoff. Sean will not be winning that Denwinoff seat, and I'm saying it loud and clear. Okay, not over my dead body, Sean Edward, with your arrogancy. Okay, and your behavior, you're behaving like you guys from the SLP. Nobody can talk to you, or nobody can say nothing. Because before somebody says something, you're up in the air ready like it's freaking you all. So Sean, take it from me this afternoon. The ballot box has been counted. The result has been out. Sean is defeated in Denwinoff by Bradley Fulgens. Thank you, Tim.
All right, thank you so much. But as the mantra goes for Sean Edward, he says is Sean again. But according to Anthony Richard, he will not retain that seat. Striking a balance. This is NewsSpin. 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. Let a call. Good afternoon. You're on the air.
Good afternoon, Timothy. How are you doing, my brother?
I am okay, sir. Good afternoon to you.
Tim, let me say something to you. And I sent that message for Sean Edward. Tell him why, when he had his they was celebrating the 4 years in Poleon, when he see the crowd that he had, it was not good for him. He had to leave Poleon without telling the people. And why is the two places that that he never win? He go in and campaign at Grand Rivier and Oleon. He cannot come to Oleon again and campaign. And to my source, from what I know, in their spin and Oleon, Sean don't stand a chance there. And the message that you see the previous caller send out there to Sean, he knows that he cannot win that seat in Denver enough again. Because right now there, Sean has a card low. And when they pose question to him this afternoon there, this morning, he should have answered the question the right way. That's just to show you the corruption with this guy, with these labor boys, Sean, you don't stand nowhere. And I'm telling you, Sean, I'm going to send that name out there again to you. And you know that. Clendon Marcel tell you, that's it for Denver enough. There's no way for you, Sean. You out, and we want you out. Okay? Because you know exactly, you kill sports in the Mabuya Valley. In terms of football in the 90s, Sean, you become Minister of Sports. You kill the sports. Minister of Education, you kill it. Don't say you give him scholarship. And one thing you said, Sean, that hurt everybody. And people in America even calling me on my program and telling me, the reason why you said that, no boy cannot take you out there. So that's mean if anybody vote for you, any of the men that I know that vote for you, they are a little boy, because that's a sign of disrespecting people, telling no boy cannot take you out. You are a man. So you expect the boys to come and vote for you. Well, the boys will put you out and bring a man in. And this is Bradley Fulgence Marcel. Timothy, have a good day.
You too, sir. Thank you so much for calling. So Sean Edward is definitely trending at this time on NewsSpin. 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. We have other people in the politics of St. Lucia, We have Richard Frederick. Who we have? We have Kenson Casimir in the north of the island. We have in Miku North, Jeremiah. Miku South, we have Alan Chasney. Soufre, we have Auntie Emma. Castries East, we have Philip J. Pierre. So I don't know why you keep focusing only on Sean Edward. Let's see there. If we have any of your WhatsApp messages, and somebody says they're via WhatsApp. Imagine somebody says, Sean Edward, our overspill of arrogance, desperation, and fear. You have to go, you will go. That is according to a WhatsApp message. And let's see if we can go through some more of your messages. Somebody says there via WhatsApp, to incredible some information, St. Jude Hospital, 2 board members have resigned because the minister in the public service demanded that the board of directors reinstate the fired nursing director. More than meets the eye, a developing story. We have not been able to confirm this, and that is a WhatsApp message just coming to hand. Another WhatsApp message, somebody simply says, Sean, finish. And let's see there if we have some more of your messages. Okay, what somebody is saying. Somebody sent me a photograph, and it says that this is the condition of the Soufre Beach Park. What a shame, with garbage strewn all over the place. All right. And let's see if we have some more of your messages. We have a WhatsApp message coming from Marcellus Backsteed, who is the independent candidate for Castries North. A long one, but I'll try to read, to curtail it or to condense it, sorry. And it said, yesterday I had the pleasure of introducing myself to the community on Russell Lake's talk show. If you missed it, you can catch the replay on Facebook. I also shared that I will soon be rolling out my community development plan for Castries North, a plan that looks at the whole picture, not just a single issue. It's built around 7 core pillars to improve in our constituency: economic opportunity, supporting small businesses, creating jobs, and expanding training programs. Just some of what I could have read at this time. My apologies too. Let's see if it gets some more of your messages. Somebody says there, Flabo again, Sean will learn who is the little boy. Another WhatsApp message, y'all wanted labor, y'all got labor. Let's see if we have another message. Somebody says there, Sean, time is up, Bradley all the way. 452-2979, WhatsApp calls and messages, 716-2026. We have a call. Good afternoon, you're on the air.
Wow, I called one shot, 7 bang, wow. The gentleman who you just mentioned there, I didn't know he was called back. What's his real name again?
His name is Marcellus Steed.
Marcellus. Marcellus is a regular trainer at Body Inc. by Jim.
Yes, he's a basketballer. I think he played basketball for St. Lucia.
He's very interested in sport.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say he's a very nice young man. It would be good to see him in politics. The point is that at this time, when we had a word independence, we don't just think of people who with no chance of winning, like that was a normal thing. We're now thinking of them of having some kind of devious plan against to serve themselves. You know what I mean? So I wish him all the luck. I would like to see more people, more young men like him, getting into politics, even if independently. And I'm hoping that they will be talking about the policies they have in mind, but in particular, why they are going up as independents, or let me put it better, what is their dissatisfaction with things as they are? What is their dissatisfaction that makes them want to go neither party, or make them dissatisfied with the work of the government, or why they would not join the opposition? These are questions I think independents in particular ought to answer before election time, or like now. I hope he will come on your show, Tim.
Mm-hmm. I'll be inviting him. I will be inviting him.
Yeah, but a fine gentleman.
Yes, he is.
Quite well.
Yes, he is. I can vouch for that as well.
What's that?
I can vouch for that as well.
There you go.
I can.
I heard him on Russell this morning there as well. He sounded like he was talking off script there. I mean, by which I mean he wasn't echoing the past. You know?
Yes, he was.
I am looking so forward to hearing people talk in a new way, even of the old things, Tim. I'm fed up, and to me it's contempt that any of these politicians should take it for granted. I am going to win. I mean, overseas, you don't have people saying that, you know. That kind of stuff. It's a kind of arrogance to say, I am going to win. Especially if you're in government. Does that mean you're in control of certain mechanisms that others are not in control of? You know? Especially in this case, where we have reason to believe, because we're not getting the information, we are not getting the information, the answers to the very serious questions we're asking, and we have no choice but to speculate. And the speculation right now, which can be done by the opposition as well, but the speculation right now, and when I say the opposition, I'm talking about their own kind of speculation. You get my drift?
Yeah.
But the speculation we have now is that the government is loaded with money derived from CIP, derived from Saudi Arabians, derived from quite possibly Chaguri and Nigerian, because the story of Chaguri and the Nigerian needs to be brought up again. And somebody suggested that I was telling of the Prime Minister that. No, I was not. But let's not pretend we don't know who Chaguri is. I have been a perennial critic of Chaguri, who happens to hold the St. Lucia Cross, which I think degliges the St. Lucia Cross, and the people who hold those St. Lucians who deserve that and have it, giving it to Chaguri is a dégligé. Now, there are a number of people who like to suggest, when I talk about Chaguri, let us remember it's Compton who brought him here. I don't give a damn who brought him here. What difference does it make that Compton brought him here? That's another story I'm not going to get into.
But even though Compton brought him here, a new government could have decided to kick him out of St. Lucia.
That is so obvious.
Make him persona non grata.
That is what bothers me, Tim. The way some politicians talk the biggest load of crap, and they do it confidently, as if they were certain every St. Lucian was a total idiot. I told a kind of friend of mine who is in government, recently, not so long ago, I talked to him. And I said to him, you know what really bothers me? When I hear you, pardon my French, I don't usually apologize for it because it's all the language. I said to him, you know what really bothers me? Because I'm with him sometimes after Jim. He said, what? I said, when I hear you talking shit in Parliament, and I know you're talking shit, and it's contempt for the intelligence of the people that allows you to do that with such bravado. I said, so he said, what's got to do with you? I said, that's the whole point. To hell with Rick Wayne. I can talk any shit. He can't say anything. I refuse to do it. I'm finding myself more and more in a situation where I'm beginning to feel I'm betraying the people, Jim. I'm talking straight. I am beginning to feel I'm betraying the people because I am not saying... I have a reason for that, by the way. I'm waiting for developments. As you would know, you wait for stories to develop if you're a good journalist before you blast out, right?
Yes, you do. You have to.
And I know a lot. I'm allowing it to develop because right now, the politicians are telling the people, insisting to the people that one-on-one is 8, and they're getting no pushback. So they go on with the idea that people believe. They believe that people believe them when they say one-on-one is 8. Silence does not serve us at all. It is time people came out for country. For country. I don't care what politician you like. Make your decision for country, even if it involves a particular politician. I don't care. But just so long as you know in your heart you're voting for the betterment of the country, even if you like the politician that I don't like. Okay? And by the way, we seem to have forgotten all about the Leon case.
Kimberly
we seem
De
to
Leon.
have forgotten already the
Shakadan.
that we are supposed to. They're missing evidence. And by the way, the word on the street and everywhere else is that the authorities knew from 2019 that key evidence was missing. From 2019, that's on the street, and it's coming also from people not so much street as to be closer to official than street. Yesterday, I called Alan Chastney and asked him what he knew about missing evidence, key evidence in an important case in 2019. And he told me he didn't know. And I wondered why the hell didn't he know? Because, as I said to you yesterday, I think it is imperative that the Prime Minister receive from the police at least twice a week the state of affairs in the country in terms of the policing of the country. And that is not the same as saying that he should put on a uniform and go on the beach in Miku or what do you call it, East Catskills or whatever. And people better stop playing this game. Because this election, one way or another, both ways, regardless of whatever decision, this is and I know it's cliche, but not in this case. We have seen what's already happening. Our police force has crumbled. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely.
The evidence is all around us. People are living in great fear. There is arrogance all over the media that goes up to contempt for the people, saying anything at all. I have people's family being cussed out in the nastiest way. Of course, the talent such as it is, no answer. The target does not answer. His family is in no position to answer. The media does not answer. The talk shows don't pick it up. And the talk shows, that's another thing that bothers me. The talk shows just hip, hop, 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 hop. There is no time in the makeup of the talk show, of shows like yours. And don't tell me go and do it, okay? I've done a lot of years of that. That a subject should be dwelled on for, depending on its importance, for a week. Because things don't stay the same, Tim. And silence is a position. Neutrality is a position. Nobody has the capacity to be neutral on anything. These are just empty words, Tim. It's a political word, and even in the sense of political word, like this country is neutral. This country knows damn well it is facilitating with its silence the atrocities going on and in the time of the Nazis, the 1938-45 war.
I mean, Rick, there comes a time when you cannot be neutral, okay? You have to be on the side of what is right. Yeah, you can't be neutral.
Okay? It's impossible, especially in human nature. Human nature cannot be neutral. We're just complicit in our silence. And the stupidity is that in our silence, we don't know it's always getting worse for us, not better. It's not getting any better.
And for a particular individual, my words mean a lot. So I can imagine the fact that I said earlier on that you can't be neutral. Somebody will take this clip and pin it onto something. This journalist, this talk show is saying that you cannot be neutral. What I'm saying is you have to there comes a time when you must take a side. You cannot pretend to be, just put yourself on the sidelines when certain issues happen. There.
I also want to add that this business of taking a side, I'm not even talking about taking a party side.
It's not a party side. Definitely, it's not a party side.
I'm saying taking the side of what you know to be right.
Yes.
I may not agree with you, but if you believe and you have cause to think, this is right, then go for it. I don't have to agree with you. And finally, there is this trick that is being used as to why didn't you do this when you were there? Chances are I didn't do it when I was there because I was stupid. And I'm smarter now.
Mm-hmm.
People get shut down with this whataboutism stuff. Well, Rick, why didn't you do it when you were there? Well, because I thought I had something more important. Mr. Prime Minister, why didn't you do it when... The police. We need to hear new things about the police force. New things that we have not heard before. Because everything we heard before has brought us to where we are right now. We are in the grave. So the police force, as it is useless. It is bound by all kinds of inefficiencies, lack of money, lack of talent, don't give a damn, broken morale. We cannot retain a police force like that. And any government that is talking about change regarding crime and the safety of people have to begin by making the police force the most important institution in the country and putting money to it. The roads can take a little longer. I don't care. And it shouldn't care either if it means taking money from some roads and putting it in the police. We have to start looking at recruiting policemen from outside the country and outside the region in particular, and putting people on contract to do particular work that if they don't deliver, you fire their ass. The public service is another one. And the recall thing, we have, although I don't want to go into the recall, I won't be too long. Thank you very much for your time.
All right. Thank you so much. Still to come, we have some more of your WhatsApp messages and your calls. And, of course, the NewsSpin question of the day. This is the most monitored talk show in the world. NewsSpin.
We've just finished dinner. And before we all head off, let's do something very important. Let's go over our hurricane prep list. We need food, water, medicine, important documents. What else? Right, the generator. This year, I'm not taking any chances. I'm getting ours from Europa Hardware in Massad Grocery. Best prices around, and believe me, I don't want to hear, "Daddy, the Wi-Fi's down," when the power's out. Keep your family comfortable. Get your generator at Europa Hardware. Call us today at 452-0763. Europa Hardware, located in Massad Grocery. We service what we sell.
Prepare for the hurricane season by ensuring trees and other objects on your property won't get tangled in overhead wires. Be careful. Ensure ladders and tools don't come within 10 feet of power lines. If a tree is near electrical lines, don't try to trim it yourself. Contact Lucelec at 452-2165 or 454-6617. Be smart, stay safe.
Tired of sky-high bills and a planet on the brink? It's time to go green without burning your pockets. At First National Bank, we are here to make saving the planet affordable. Whether you're installing solar panels, purchasing a water tank, upgrading to an inverter AC, or buying a hybrid vehicle, we've got the green to help you go green. Fast approval, low interest rates, and Mother Nature approved. Your future self will thank you. Visit firstnationalbankonline.com or call 455-7000 for more information to help you turn your green dreams into clean realities. First National Bank, here for you.
It's in the feeling in our weak side. It's in the meaning in our spark. It is the thing that sets us apart. Who we are, 'cause the rhythm of life keeps pumping. Together going strong, no matter what, we keep things flowing. For the people we will go all in. Our hands up in the sky, celebrating. Come let your rhythm flow.
You know that feeling when you have an uncontrollable desire for fried chicken? That's the KFC. A substance that stimulates your senses to identify the aroma of a secret recipe or an extra crispy crunch from any distance. It's invisible to the naked eye, but you can feel it traveling throughout your body, taking control. All so you can enjoy a juicy bite of KFC. Ignite your senses with KFC.
Have you had a stroke or symptoms like numbness, headaches, or back pain? When your body sends a warning, don't wait. MRI is the gold standard for seeing what other imaging can miss, like brain damage, spine issues, and early cancer. At La Clinique, we are the only center in St. Lucia offering the most advanced MRI technology. Fast, radiation-free, expertly interpreted, and insurance accepted. Call 451-6559 or WhatsApp 721-9950. La Clinique du Corps, Center of Excellence, where quality meets expertise.
In the blink of an eye, disaster can strike. Are you ready? When the winds rage and the rain pours, will you be prepared? Don't let the next hurricane catch you off guard. At MNC Home Depot and Sunbelt, we understand the importance of preparation. From generators to plywood, we have everything you need to weather the storm. Don't wait until it's too late. Visit MNC Home Depot and Sunbelt today and make sure your family is safe and secure this hurricane season. Play it safe. Get prepared.
Yes. That was the Lucia Top 5 for Carnival 2025. Yes. Welcome back to Real Men Take Charge, guys. Real Men Check Up.
To all my listeners out there, visit a men's health clinic in your area today.
PSA checkups are now free.
It's private, it's quick, it's efficient, and convenient.
Music touches the soul, but health keeps the rhythm going. Fellas, it's time to check your PSA levels. It's free, it's simple, it can save your life.
Brothers, do you not know that your bodies are the temples of the Holy Spirit? Let us be wise stewards of our lives. Prostate test saves lives. Let us not wait until it is too late.
To be a champion, you need to show up for yourself. I'm encouraging every man to take the step. Get checked. Stay strong. Do it for the team. Do it for your family.
My daddy is a hero, and I want him around for a very long time. Daddy, if you care about me, please take care of your health.
I faced colon and prostate cancer head on, and I'm still standing. Early detection saved my life. If I can do it, so can you. Don't wait. Get tested. It's free, it's simple, and it will definitely save your life also.
Real men.
Real men.
Real men take charge.
Real men check up.
The Republic Bank CPL is here, and the biggest party in sport just got bigger. This August, all roads lead to Darren Sammy Cricket Ground as the St. Lucia Kings light up the island with 5 explosive home games from August 23rd to 31st. Every six, every wicket, every roar from the crowd is a shot of pure Caribbean adrenaline. So grab your tickets now at cplt20.com or at your local box office. It's time to turn up for the biggest party in sport.
Join the Young Labour Stars on National Youth Vibe on Sunday, 17th August at Palm Valley in Grand Riviere, Dennery. Pull up for music, energy, and real talk. Bringing the vibes. Honorable Jeremiah Norbert.
CLN, CJN.
Honorable Kenton Casimir. And our Prime Minister and political leader, Honorable Philip J. Pierre.
Blazing the Labour Party stage for the first time.
Our endorsed candidates, Senator Lisa Jawahir
for more progress
and Dr. Shanda Harak Singh. You definitely don't want to miss our firebrand feature speaker,
Newport South endorsed candidate,
Mr. Jack Butcher. Vibes and more vibes from DJ Pro Style, General Biggs, Subbats, and our 2025 Groovy Monarch, Imran Nerdy.
Yeah, I go in everywhere.
It's a whole youth vibe with Labour.
Palm Valley, Dennery, August 17th at 3:30 p.m.
Be there.
This is the most monitored talk show in the world. We have a call. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You are on the air. Hello.
Hi, good afternoon, Tim. How are you doing?
I'm okay, caller. Good afternoon to you.
All right, Tim. Tim, I listened to a program this morning, Meet the Minister, on Rev Up's SLU. And Tim, something struck me. I've always said that Mr. Edwards is the perfect politician. And I think something has changed. And I just want to explain it a bit. So, in the past, Sean Edwards has always put on this perfect character in the media and on a national level. However, we the people in Denver North know of the arrogance that comes from Mr. Sean Edward towards the constituents of Denver North who made a choice to vote for the opposition party and not the SLP. However, Tim, I also heard Mr. Edward make a statement that his work and his track record will ensure that he wins the next election. And I just want to take you down a little story, well, a little timeline. Tim, what is the purpose of a manifesto by a candidate? What is the manifesto used for?
Well, caller, it's to guide you, to keep you on track so that you can deliver certain promises.
Okay, Tim. So here we have a minister who has won 3 consecutive elections, and he introduced his manifesto to the Denver North people in the year 2021. With just 5 points, and allow me to just go through these 5 points very quickly. Establish a human resource center in Grand Ravine. Establish a link road from Poleon to La Pearl. Create a farmers organization and cooperative which can provide marketing and technical support to farmers. Develop Madwa lands for the purpose of providing housing lots for young residents of Poleon and the Mabuya Valley. Construct a multi-purpose court and entertainment center in Larissus. Now, Tim, I just want you to, just tell me which one of these you think were a fulfilled promise by the rep.
You tell me, caller. You tell me.
Absolutely.
I don't know about
none
them.
of them, Tim. Absolutely none of them. The multipurpose court remains in a very, very bad condition in Larissus. We had a sitting MP as the Minister of Youth and Sports, and nothing was done to this court in Larissus. We have a minister boasting about the best playing surface in the Caribbean being the Larissus playing field. Tim, you know when last we had a proper competition in Larissus? A proper community competition, whether it be football, cricket. There's nothing going on in Denver North. And this man continues with his arrogance. We already in Denver North, we knew about his arrogance, but now the pressure is on, and his perfect picture in the national arena is being tainted because everyone now can see that as an MP, he is not one that is humble. Because a gentleman called this morning And the gentleman is asking him a question as the MP. You are the representative for Denry North. Whether I voted UWP or SLP, you represent me. And he's saying to the gentleman he's not going to answer his question and that he knows who he is and he knows that he's a UWP surrogate and he knows that he's this and he knows that he's that. And he's going on a very wild rant like this man does not have the right to ask him a question. And that is what we face in Denry North year after year with the representation of Sean Edwards. The man is a speaker. The man can make words sound good. But the man is not a worker. And the man does things just to make you think he's doing something for the people. Sean Edwards has not kept a single promise to the people of Denry North. Not a single promise to the people of Denry North. And you speak of track record. It is the responsibility of the MP to make sure that the constituency is in good standing in terms of infrastructure. That is the role of the MP. That is the role of the government, to maintain the infrastructure of this country. So if all you are doing is maintaining the roads, what about the youth? What about the development of our people, our farmers in Denry North? Sean Edwards has done absolutely nothing tangible that has provided gainful employment, not gainful employment to our people in Denry North. Yet still, this man goes on and on and on speaking about his achievements and what he has done. The scholarships, that is again one of the duties of the government. You are supposed to better the lives of your people. That is not coming from your pocket when you say you've given scholarship. The government of St. Lucia, as its duty, has issued a few scholarships. But scholarships alone cannot take our people where they need to go. Even if I have the qualifications and there are no job opportunities, there's not an economic structure where I can go ahead and invest in a proper business and make some money. It doesn't matter at the end of the day. So these guys continue to feed us a whole lot of nonsense, and they expect our people to show up at the poll and vote for them. And I can't deal with this Sean again for what? What has Sean brought to Denry North that was not already there? What opportunities did Sean bring to Denry North for the people of Denry North to be gainfully employed that makes me want to vote Sean again? And the answer is none. The man has not delivered on anything that he has promised to the people of Denry North. And I want to leave the people of Denry North with this final piece of information. Do not be intimidated by the SLP and its supporters. We cannot stay at home again and say that, oh, we win already. St. Lucia is in trouble. We are in a place where if we don't do what we're supposed to do, us and our children will suffer the consequences. And it's time that we look past this yellow and red. Because, Tim, I'm saying it today. If the United Workers' Party is elected and they come on and they do the same thing, I will be there the same way to say what I need to say. Because at the end of the day, I cannot live a life where I'm supporting a party and then tomorrow my child is in the same world and he's being affected by what that party did, and I know it was wrong, but I supported it. It's time that we come out of this thing in Denry North. We are not a divided people. I've never known Denry North to be a divided constituency. And right now, Tim, I can tell you Denry North is as divided as it has been. I came on your show in 2021 or 2022, and I spoke about the condition of our carnival and what was going on with the carnival. And many persons called and they said that this guy is trying to politicize carnival and he's trying to politicize. Just take a look at what's going around all over St. Lucia now and in Denry North. Was it me who was trying to politicize carnival? Now we have the answers. Now we see the state of all of these activities. These activities are not for the politicians. These activities are for the people of the constituency. And the moment you start playing politics with these activities, you deteriorate it and you make it something that people do not want to be a part of, because most people do not want to be part of the politics. And that is what has divided our people in Denry North. So I say to the people of St. Lucia, if you want to stay home on election day and you want to take on what this government is doing, you want it to continue, and you see it as an environment that your child or your grandchild can grow up in, then do so. But I am saying to you guys, if we do so, we are going to lose. We are not going to see a better St. Lucia. So on election day, I urge all St. Lucians, Go out and cast your ballots. You know what you need to do. Let's do this and let's right the wrongs of this government. Thank you, Tim.
Thank you so much. Somebody says there via WhatsApp, personally, I think Sean is punishing Gadet because it is solid yellow. The roads are in a deplorable condition. Seeing is believing. Another WhatsApp message, and the person says there, if Philip JP has truly measured the health, welfare needs, safety, security, pain and suffering of the nation and doing such a good job, then 1, he doesn't need anyone to convince the people that he's doing such a good job. 2, why does he need Richard Frederick for the past 4 years to convince St. Lucians? And 3, why is it taking Richard Frederick such a lengthy time of 9 years plus to discredit the opposition leader, Alan Chastney? Something is very troubling. The Prime Minister's leadership should speak volume. A strong leader does not need to discredit his rival, opponent, or subordinates to stay in power. His actions, transparency, policies, vision, mission, and economic growth do not need Richard Frederick's mouthpiece. The sky may not be falling, but is someone or something losing ground? That was our WhatsApp message. Let's hear from you, Amanda. What's happening in the chat room?
Tim, a few comments from earlier. NewsSpin says here, a survey given to your supporters will obviously show a favorable response. A comment here reads, Sean, what have you really done for the Valley? You only give your supporters work. A NewsSpinner says there, Sean, you're so confident about winning, but a survey was needed to ascertain what you already know. BS. A commentator says, oh shit, look, the police will drink poison. Someone says their arrogance is the best adjective to describe who Sean is. A commentary reads, under UWP, the Valley people get water supply from Richmond to people all over the Valley. Sean, you were invited from the UWP to be present of the opening. You are too much of a liar. A NewsSpinner says there, those of you predicting win nets so early really do not understand the psyche of the Lucian electorate. Another commentator says, you have a great sense of humor today, team. You probably had a good night rest. LOL. Commentary reads, Rick is not what we think, but rather what history has proven and shown us. How many independent candidates have we had who were truly independent? Someone says there, St. Lucia is already independent, so to hell with all independent candidates. Someone says there, just like the CIP, they blame Chastney for bringing it into the country, but now the SLP are the ones benefiting from it. Someone says there, if the reason for embracing a person or thing is because Compton brought it to the country, why are those pushing that narrative unwillingly to embrace his party and chosen disciples? Someone says there, it's missing since 2019 and only now you are hearing about it. That's a blatant lie, just something to blame Chastney since he held office at that time. Someone says there are people for parties in St. Lucia and not the country. That's the reason this place has turned into enemies of progress. Because really and truly, the people have been making their decisions for what is currently happening. And I believe what they give, for sure they receive. Someone says there best believe months before elections are actually called, you'll see work being done on all those projects to fool the people again. And someone says there all he does is victimize people who do not vote for him. That's it for me, Tim.
Thank you so much for that final update. Somebody says that via NewsSpin. Today was surely Sean Spin. Final call. Good afternoon to you. You are on the air. Hello. Good afternoon. Hello. Good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon, Tim. How are you?
Good afternoon to you, caller. Okay, caller, we can't hear you. I don't know what is the problem, but we cannot hear you too clearly at all. So my apologies to you. Let me turn my attention to our NewsSpin question of the day. The NewsSpin question of the day, why aren't independent candidates taken seriously in St. Lucia? And why aren't independent candidates taken seriously in St. Lucia? Well, it's about time we conclude the broadcast. Thank you so much for watching. and listening to another edition of the world's most monitored talk show. Have yourself a safe and enjoyable Friday as well as a pleasant weekend. And God willing, we'll be back on Monday at 12:30 in the p.m. Goodbye.